One very important aspect in my works is the all-day life of women, and I really try to put in as many aspects of this as possible in my works. Here in this exhibition you can see some works from some important cycles. I was invited to this beautiful Liget Galleria by Tibor Arnosch. I am an Austrian artist, and I always like it very much to come to Budapest. And there are so many nice people and artists. It's a lovely scene to come and meet the people. Usually in artworks about women you can mostly see naked women in act portraits. More or less, they show more or less the sexual aspects of women, the erotic aspects of women, but not always. Or artists try to show the good and the, how women are supposed to be. But for me, as I said, it is so important to show the whole life and the whole character of women. And one important aspect, one important point in the life of a woman is her menstruation every month. This theme appears in many of my works, but the most massive appearance is certainly in my work I did 13 years ago in the First Communion, in the work called First Communion. The First Communion is certainly a fixed point in the life of children in our culture, in my culture. It's also the first kind of ritual, initiations ritual in their life, and logically the next ritual in life of young girls should be a ritual about menstruation, about bleeding the first time. There is nothing like this in our culture. There's no ritual, there's no feast in this way. It's even a taboo. There's no accepted way that a mother, that the girl or women talk about it. If we talk about it, it's kind of funny and we whisper maybe, but it's not something to be proud of. For me, to work as an artist, I was given the chance to speak about it in my collages. It gave me the chance to work it out, because for me it also was different on both sides. It was different as a child, as a daughter, how to talk about it with my mother, and it was also difficult when I was a mother. So I am a child of my culture. A further taboo that often appears in my works is illness and death. You can see it in one collage here in the exhibition. In the collage I chose from the cycle Hospital. I had the chance to make pictures in hospital and in pathology and so on, because before I started to work as an artist, I made the school for nurses, what was a great time for me, and I liked it very much. But then now I'm happy to be able to work with my with my interest in medicine and bodies and illness as an artist. Another important aspect in my work is, of course, giving birth to a child. I worked with this in my first cycle Femme I did in 1986. My first work about women. And also you can see it in a newer work that's called Maria M. It's a cycle about women and religion. A very important cycle of mine. And the theme birth I also worked with when I myself gave birth to my first child in 1989. I did this because I didn't have the chance to take pictures from another woman giving birth, because this time it really was a big taboo in society to take pictures. My newest cycle is about a very old culture, about a matriarchal culture in Mexico, in a small town called Juchitán. I had the great chance to visit this town and had the chance to meet many very interesting women and men there, and I was so impressed by this, by the thing that there are still existing matriarchies, that I had to go there and take pictures and film there. About filming, I must say that in the last 5 years this was my main work. I made many films about the all-day life of women, but also other themes. And there I did both, which was very hard, but now I'm happy that I can show collages and a film. Those collages are a bit different to all my others, because it was not necessary to work about taboos, because in a matriarchy, of course, there are very little taboos about being a woman, about developing as a girl, about menstruation or giving birth. But what was interesting for me, for me as a European, is the way they live, to watch the women on the market, how they sell, and it's so normal that they are business women and that they have the money and that they raise the children and go to work and they are so self-assured. But it was also not so easy to go there and say, please may I take a picture, because they are really proud and strong women, and they say, oh, why do you want to take pictures? And I had to explain it, and I had to really work on being able to do this. And I was accompanied it was very important for me to be accompanied by two persons. One was my daughter, Emilia Cibulka. She did the coordination and she did the translation. And my son, Camillo Cibulka, he helped me a lot by filming. And so, as a theme, we can now show, look, matriarchy is possible. It has a culture and it still exists. But I also know we didn't go there as Scientologists. I wanted to show it as an artist, and I wanted to bring the pictures as an impression and as a poetic poem, maybe.